Hey, how's it going? Hard Talk Radio, your host, MrDeadman, and joining us live tonight is Alessandro Martinez. How you doing, man?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's good to have you. You've been on many times, even when this show was called Dead Man's Tome Podcast. Now it's Hard Talk Radio, all that. But for those who don't know who you are you and what do you do?
You can call me Alessandro. I am a writer, both of horror and of fantasy.
Horror and fantasy. Now, which one pays more?
Well, horror for now, since I don't have any fantasy published that has, brought me any money.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay. All right. Now, why horror, though? You could write any other genre, especially for money, like erotica and stuff, whatever. You don't even have to try for that stuff. Why horror?
Well, because I love it.
Because you love it?
I grew up with horror movies and scary books.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started watching like R-rated horror movies when I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
so my grandpa would take me to the video store and I'd rent whatever I wanted. Like, oh, this cover looks scary and gory. Let's get this. See what it is.
Faces
it's like
of Death.
The Mangler or something.
It turns out he rented Faces of Death.
That was a little bit later.
A little bit later? Okay. I heard that stuff was actually mostly fake. Is that true?
Yeah, most of it's fake from.
I heard there's only like one real scene, and that was like canceled. I don't know. I don't know how they address that. But anyway, okay. So you were exposed to horror movies early on at the right age of 5. I think that's the right age. Hey, if your kid can tolerate it, there you go. You got a horror lover in the family. You might have like a little Wednesday Addams there. Make sure. I mean, did your parents have to like make sure you didn't like mess with axes or guns or anything at an early age?
No,
devices.
No, I was a pretty good kid, so I'm told.
So you were told. Okay.
I was pretty quiet. I was the quiet one, sat in the corner with a big book.
Quiet,
full
sat
of
in the
horror
corner.
Stories.
I was worried for a second. I thought maybe you were gonna go towards I don't know, describing yourself like a psychopath there. Early age, getting exposed to horror. Ooh, that's a stereotype.
Yeah, it's always the quiet ones.
yeah, you got to watch out for them. Okay. So.
Yeah, there's just something, I just find something really, it's going to be weird for people who don't like horror, but it's really comforting to me.
Comforting? That's interesting. What makes it comforting?
I don't know, like the other day I was looking at a bunch of horror art of like creepy countrysides and dilapidated barns and creepy, cabins in the woods. And I was like, I could just go there and relax, and it just comforts me and brings me some peace.
I can get that. You're also by yourself in that moment, I take it, right? Kind of like just you in the nature, in that environment.
Yeah, or my wife's with me.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever.
Hey, all right.
The dog.
Yeah, so you're drawn to that stuff. You're kind of drawn to dilapidated buildings and shit like that.
Yeah.
Ever run into any crackheads?
Once at a gas station.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I think just about everybody's done that.
Yeah.
Okay. But now, about the horror, though, now, is there something comforting about being, like, scared or terrified?
Being scared is fun, definitely, for me. But just those sort of environments and the ambience, and I don't know exactly why. Probably because I grew up with it, and I've been exposed to it, and it's just something that makes me happy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like one of my early comfort video games to play was the first Diablo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a mix of horror and fantasy. I just love the feel of the town, and I'm weird.
Yeah, that game was right on par for its ambience, music, atmosphere, all that.
Music's so good. So good.
I take it you're a fan of Diablo 2?
I'm a fan of all the Diablos.
I heard they're going to kind of sort of remake Diablo 2. They've been doing that.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. I'm so excited. So excited for that.
And I say this, I've been saying I'm tired of regurgitated crap, but I might actually play Diablo 2. What are they calling it? Diablo 2 Enhance? The new version? What are they calling it?
There was a name for it. Let's see. Wow. Other than remastered.
Diablo 2, you're going to buy this because you know you love it.
Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Resurrected. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool. I mean, hell, I bought the remastered of Command & Conquer. I didn't even need to do that. I've already been playing that apparently with the, I don't know if you're a Command & Conquer fan, but they already had, like the community already had those games ready to go on modern tech and all that stuff. But I did anyway because I'm a sucker for that shit. Anyway. So you were drawn to horror at an early age. You love horror stuff. Okay. You're that weird kid. Sorry. I was a weird kid too when I was growing up, so.
You?
No way, right? Satan is your friend is in the background behind me. There's nothing weird about me. Nothing a little off. Now, are there certain fears you have that you're afraid to meet?
I hate needles.
Needles? Oh, nah.
Despite having tattoos and piercings.
See, I hate needles. I don't have any tattoos or piercings for that reason. I don't even like fucking shots, man.
I hate shots and getting blood drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the like I had a hard time getting the tattoos, but getting blood drawn, it goes into your vein.
Yes.
And it just ugh.
Yeah. If you're gonna go into my vein, please inject something into it that makes me feel better about my life. Don't take my blood out, please. Anyway.
Hey, there's one fear of mine.
Yeah. Now, like I said, you've been on many, many times. We talked about your short stories in the past, but you are on here because you have a brand new book out called Helmet.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about this book.
My debut novel, Helmuth, came out January.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of a classic setting, cabin in the woods. Although this cabin's a little closer to a lake. And the lake holds, shall we say, something is waiting beneath the waters that calls the characters to it.
Okay.
It's four friends, four best friends. One of them's recently widowed and, not a happy situation. So the other three take her away for the weekend, a couple months after the incident, just to get some bonding time in. You know how friends drift apart in life,
Certainly.
So they all come back together. Try to have a bonding weekend.
Okay.
Things don't go as planned, as horror stories and horror books are wont to do.
Oh, most certainly not. I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't have a story without things going south.
It's the funnest part,
right? And that's the best part to write. I think anyway. That's where all the hard work you put into developing the characters, which I've read a few parts of your book already. I think the dialogue is great. I like how it right away you're in it. You feel the emotion of the characters, what they're going through. On the elevator scene too, man, why was that kid? I don't want to give too many spoilers, but there's
a lot of people mentioned.
Yeah, there's a freaky kid in the elevator scene. I'll definitely ask you more about that later on. But Okay. First off, you got a cabin near a lake. People are drawn to the lake. I have to ask, are we talking Jason Voorhees?
No, we're not. Sorry.
No Jason Voorhees. Okay, so it's not like a zombie thing under the lake that's drawn them.
No, not really. More, well, then again, yeah, I don't want to give too much away. But okay. I think a little bit more monstrous things. More, some cosmic stuff. Cosmic horror.
Cosmic horror. Okay. All right. Cool.
But I had a lot of fun writing it.
I bet so. Now, on this book, before we get into like the actual content of the book, the substance. Now, is this book based on any true experience, a true story, or anything like that?
Well, I have been to a cabin in the woods once.
Okay.
More than once. And I have been in a lake. So I get, some experiences there.
All right.
It was mostly based on a dream I had once about a guy. I don't know if the guy was me in the dream. I don't know. Who knows? But walking through the forest, finding a jar beneath a tree. There is something in the jar. He opens it. It was not something nice in the jar. That was a dream. And I woke up, wrote down the idea, and created this whole story from that idea. Creepy jar.
Creepy jar. I haven't made it that far. What's in the jar?
Well, if you look on the cover.
I see the cover, jar? But what's in the jar? We're talking about like a bunch of roaches. Talking about like an aborted fetus.
You will just have to wait and see to read it, because that is major spoilers.
I see.
I'll tell you, it's not something good.
It's not something good. Something pure evil. Okay. All right. It's kind of like remind me a little bit of Pandora's box a little bit. You open that up and all sorts of chaos starts coming out. All right. Cool.
Yeah, cool. That's a good analogy.
Now, also related to the story is what I noticed, like the sort of marketing material around it, like the missing people. Like you sent me like this care package of like what this postcard from the Black Ashes, I guess Washington, which is I guess where this lake is at, Devil's Eyes Lake. It's pretty cool. And also,
yeah, I sent out a little swag pack before the book was out to a select number of people, and then also I've been doing some giveaways where I include the stuff. I made the postcard you just showed. Black Ashes, Washington is a fictional city that I came up with my whole county in Washington.
Okay.
So the novel I'm working on at the moment also takes place in a nearby town from Black Ashes. But yeah, so I created the postcard. I designed it using a photo that my uncle took. Then I created some missing posters that are in one scene of the book when they stop at a gas station, see a bunch of missing posters. So there's some of that. And I created a bookmark. I forget what else I sent you, but stuff like that.
So yeah, I mean, this sort of marketing is kind of cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the sort of the Blair Witch Project. The sort of like the attempt to make it look real, as if it could possibly be happening right there, right in the moment. Really cool. Black Ashes, Washington. The name sounds sinister. I mean, if that's the name of your town, even if it was a real town, there'd be some bodies buried there.
Yeah, I know for me, I love getting that sort of stuff. So why not make my own and send it out?
Right. Now, and also in this book is a bunch of people are disappearing, I guess, around the lake. An 18-year-old, a 22-year-old that looks kind of like your lost twin brother. I don't know if you know anything about that.
Yeah, that's maybe one of the people that's gone missing in the history of the town. Who knows? Why are these people going missing? There's strange activity by the lake.
They just dive into the lake and are swallowed up, never to be seen.
Sure.
Cool. Which, by the way, I was looking at this. Do you know how many people go missing every year?
A ton.
Like,
what's the number?
I think 600,000 people go missing every year. That's not just kids; it's people.
Yeah.
Kids is like 4,600,000 go missing, but sometimes it's because they run away, and
Right.
It turns out
people.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, people nowadays don't realize how easy it is just to disappear.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was pretty easy too back in the 90s when you didn't really have everything tracking you. But
right,
man,
I meant nowadays, since we have all this technology.
It's still
nowadays
easy.
People think it's not as easy, but it still is pretty easy.
It is. All that social media, guess what? All you have to do is disconnect from it, not be on there anymore. It's pretty simple, actually. People do it all the time. They just disappear, swallowed up, whoosh, gone.
Yep.
Oh, dang. So let's get into the meat of the story. So, without spoiling too much, what could you possibly tease us about? Maybe the elevator scene, maybe a few things?
Well, the story's main character, her name is Ray. She's a 20-something. They're all 20-somethings, the four of them. Her friend Abby is recently widowed because of a mugging that went wrong. And, being best friends, she wants to be there for Abby. Go through, she takes her to therapy and drives her around. When Abby was in the hospital, she was there almost every day.
Okay.
So, months of this, after the mugging, Ray starts to see things. She takes Abby to therapy one day. She decides to go down to the lobby of the building for a soda or something. Gets stuck in an elevator. She has a little encounter with a little kid.
And that scene was scary. That scene was creepy.
Little kids are creepy. Is it a vision? What did it really happen? Just have to read. Come to your own conclusions. As the story progresses, she might experience and see more and more and more.
Right. And she definitely does. And I like how you have like a very deep approach to this. It's like very thoughtful, and how you put together these scenes. Like sometimes I skim through on certain books. Like, okay, I'm just gonna kind of skim, get the basic idea here. But this one is like, even if I miss like a little paragraph here and there, it's like it's pretty important. Like little details here and there.
I try to not put any filler in.
Yeah, there wasn't really any filler that I noticed anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely can recall some details where you blink and you miss it without giving them away. So I know what you're talking about.
Oh, and Timothy Olsen in the chat asked, so this book is like the Blair Witch and it's painted like a true story?
Blair Witch, it's not painted as a true story. I mean, I don't say anything that's like based on true events. Just the promotional stuff I sent out kind of made it look like that. Blair Witch similarities. I mean, it's some evil entity in a forest-like area. I guess you can. I mean, I love Blair Witch. Now a lot of people don't like Blair Witch, but I love it.
I think the marketing was genius. I think the movie was also genius. In that it was one of the first of its kind. I think there was a found footage film before that, but it just didn't take on as well as Blair Witch did.
Yeah. I think one of my friends said it has a more Evil Dead vibe. Evil Dead.
Evil Dead 1 or Evil Dead 2?
I didn't say. So it's not as slapstick as Evil Dead 2. So I'll say Evil Dead 1.
Okay, so no chainsaws? Or no putting chainsaws onto hands?
Not now. Unfortunately not.
Okay.
I mean, I can't do it better than Ash, so.
By the way, did you hear that they're making a Evil Dead 4?
I did hear that. And I can't wait for it. Can't wait for anything Evil Dead. Love Evil Dead.
See, I'm torn on this one. I love Evil Dead stuff is great. Evil Dead 4, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I am tired of these like reboots and everything just being redone over and over again. But I'm on the fence. I'm probably gonna see it. I'm gonna see it. That's what this channel is about. I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna give my comments on it, and I'm hoping I'll be impressed. Just from the steel I saw, it looked like they're gonna go for a more. It looked like they might go for a more campy vibe. That's just from the screenshot or from the steel I saw, which was a cabin. The way it was framed to look like it reminded me of like Evil Dead 1 or Evil Dead 2, not like the Evil Dead remake that they did in. What was that 2016?
I think it was 2000.
2013? 2013? Okay, I don't remember.
Was that long ago?
It was long ago. But even though that one, some people didn't like it. That one had a crazy blood scene at the end of it, which was intense.
Yeah, I love that the 2013 one.
Yeah, 2013 one is pretty good. It was good.
It was amazing. Obviously, Evil Dead 2. If you follow me on Twitter, it's my favorite horror movie of all time. But the 2013 one was phenomenal, and the show was amazing. I love the show.
Oh, what? Ash versus the Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that was good
hilarious
stuff. That was hilarious stuff, man. Ashy slashy. And, man, Bruce Campbell's character, man, Ash, the way he talked, he could say stuff. It sounds, not politically correct. It makes sense for his character, though. He's so brash about it, but he does it with charisma. Like when he says, "Hey, Tex-Mex, what's up?" He doesn't. Come on, he's just saying it just be funny. That's a good series.
Yeah.
Anyway, so your story has a lot of sort of like Evil Dead vibes. So going back to the thing that's in the lake, I know I'm gonna try to pry this out of you, but are we talking about like a Necronomicon sort of thing here?
In what aspect? As in something that unleashes evil?
Yeah, like a jar that unleashes, I don't know, the dead or brings the dead back to life. Or how about this? How about this other art that I have here of this undead chick thing? Let me go and put that on the screen. Who is this chick?
Her name is Camilla.
Camilla.
And she features in the story. She may be acquainted with the jar.
Acquainted with the jar. Okay.
The jar on the cover of the book may unleash something.
Unleash something. Look how mysterious he is.
Look at the cover. Look at the jar on the cover.
Yeah.
It's like a creepy face in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not going to unleash rainbows.
No, right. You know what I do here. I always try to go for a tease. Try to get as much as I can. Okay. But definitely, guys, check out Hellmint. Check that book out. Now.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's not a happy story.
Oh, no, I don't think it is. There's nothing about this that screams happiness. In fact, there's something that seems like it's going to have a really deep sort of approach to it. Kind of reminiscent of that of House on Haunting Hill. Is this the book? It just seemed like it's going to have that sort of deep approach to it. And I wasn't wrong on that. Like I said, I haven't finished the book. I'm nowhere near finishing it. But I definitely do enjoy it. I think it's a good read. Definitely highly recommend it. Now, working on this, though, did you were there any sort of like hurdles or obstacles that you had to overcome that really challenged you?
Yeah, I'm a chronic underwriter, so my first drafts are pretty low word count. And like I said earlier, I try never to put in just filler. So I really, dove down, fleshed out these characters, how I wanted them to be. So I worked on them a lot. And I try to make each one, distinct, but that it's obvious that they've been friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that comes across in the blog, back and forth.
Oh yeah, definitely. It sounded very, very real, and that's important to have.
Yeah.
And imagine that was challenging too, to make the dialogue that sort of real, because, man, I don't know, dialogue is iffy. Sometimes you write it and like someone reads it, it's like, people don't talk like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to put in. No one really talks, maybe besides me, in perfect grammatical sentences in just everyday talking. So I tried not to. I tried to make it sound like everyday people talking.
That's it. Just kind of like, I guess, how I talk or how most people talk. It's just sort of off the cuff, go with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my Kate Jones, she definitely helped a lot. Perfecting things. So I have her to thank a lot.
Now, were there any particular books or movies besides Evil Dead that were an influence for this book?
Yes, subconsciously, just everything. I didn't focus on like, oh, I definitely want to do it in this style of book or movie. It just, I've seen and read so much stuff over the years, over my life, that just all of it is an influence. So, yeah, I didn't take influence from directly. Just mostly Evil Dead. And, you know what I think? My friend plus Cabin Fever. I think that's what he said.
Cabin Fever. Okay, yeah.
The book does get a bit, maybe in the second half.
Well, I'd imagine so.
So fans of gore. Yeah, another friend, he said, the last third is just, whew.
Timothy Olsen, why Helmet?
Why? That's definitely answered in the book towards the end, when Helminth in real life is a sort of parasitic worm. A Helminth.
Helminth. I was saying Helmint, like it's a mint. No, Helminth.
Helminth. Hey, maybe that might be a marketing idea.
Okay.
They taste like worms. I don't. Anyway. So in real life, the Helminth is a parasitic worm, and part of the evil in the book have similar characteristics to a parasite.
Weird.
Maybe a similar name too. So
I mean, you have such a cool name for the lake, Devil's Eye Lake. Mm-hmm. Devil's Eye Lake. That would have been a title too. Devil's Eye Lake. Yeah, that's something with that name. Huh? Something with I think it all connects.
So in my fictional world here, my fictional town, there's a species of wagtail birds. Wagtails are real birds, but the subspecies I created is fictional, called the Devil's Eyes wagtails. Mm-hmm. And they have they're black birds, and they have a little white patch around their faces, so they kind of look like demonic eyes, flitting around the air. And so that's where the lake gets its name.
Man, that is.
I love lore.
Is there not? I mean, I can't even say this. There shouldn't be a lake named that, Devil's Eye Lake, Devil's Eyes Lake. If there was, that'd be some sinister shit, man. There'd be a lake if that was real. If there was a real lake named that, that would be a place grounds for like some like witch burnings and like satanic sacrifices. I don't know. It seems like
There are plenty of real life places called Devil's something, like Devil's Tower,
Yeah.
or Devil's Rock, or Devil's Cauldron, or something.
So I'm curious about that, chat. Is there a lake called Devil's Eyes Lake? If not, what is the closest thing to it?
There is not. No, I created the lake.
You created it.
So my towns are in Washington State. Where exactly they are, I don't know. They're in Washington somewhere.
Okay. Now, one thing about this book is that it deals with a theme of loss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you yourself? I mean, did you have to draw from any personal experience to make that as powerful as you did?
I've never lost a husband.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you're a married man to a woman. I mean,
yes.
You know.
I've lost. I lost the hardest loss I've experienced in my life was my grandpa. He was my father figure. So yeah, definitely not the same situation completely, but you know, draw on those feelings and experiences and what I went through after that.
Man, it's tough. Losing someone that's close to you.
Right.
You know,
so I try to make, you know, the grief Abby goes through authentic. And the friendships, try to make those as authentic as possible. I've had my two best friends I've known since the 4th grade. So I'm not going to do the math right now to say how many years ago that was. Decades.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've known what it's like to have really long friendships. So I try to put that into the story too.
If you had the chance, would you wish for them back?
My grandpa?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably. You would. You do the devil's, was it the monkey's paw? You do the monkey's paw and wish for him
Well,
back?
you didn't give me any conditions.
Well, there's always, if I'm Calypso from Twisted Metal, it was like, I'll give you one wish. And let's see, I don't know, that was a weird reference.
Monkey's paw? No, I would not.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you get your grandpa back, but good luck dealing with him. He's a zombie now.
Okay, no, never mind.
All right. I see. Some people, I think someone in the chat, Bronx Beats asked if you were an incel. Are you an incel?
I don't believe so.
No. I mean,
no, I'm not.
You're a married man.
I am married. Been married for 5 years, almost 5 years now.
Yeah. So,
am I an incel?
No,
That's the first time anyone's ever asked me that.
Like that. Okay. But I like I said, I like your approach towards horror. Like, you're very passionate towards it. You're like deep into it, and you have a very, well, you definitely care about the genre, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some like, if you draw from some other very famous, well-known like gothic horror novels as for inspiration or influence.
Yeah, like I said, I can't pinpoint something that influenced me. Like I did it on purpose, but as it is for every writer and creative, you know, everything you read, watch, play, listen to influences you, and it's always in your subconscious when you're creating.
That's true. That's true. Even if you don't even recognize it or realize it, it's there.
Right.
Do you ever listen to music as you write?
Sometimes. Mostly ambient music.
Ambient.
Like one of my favorite bands is Nox Arcana. I don't know if you've heard of them. They create a lot of ambient horror music.
I might have heard of them. Seen them on YouTube. Are they the ones that do like the hour-long like ambient shit? Or no?
Yeah, other albums have some theme, like Haunted House or Transylvania. or Evil Carnival. So I listen to them a lot. Or if I need something with lyrics, I usually put on metal or something.
Yeah. Now, do you ever find that when there's lyrics involved, though, do you ever find that the lyrics kind of like, I don't know, find their way sneaking into your manuscript?
Maybe once in a while.
Yeah.
They can get distracting, so that's why I usually do just music without lyrics.
Another question that was submitted is, are you into the occult?
I'm very interested in it. I don't believe in anything supernatural. There's nothing supernatural that I believe in, but I do love studying it. And I love, I really enjoy reading about it, learning about it.
That's right. You know what? I'm thinking back. We did a stream like a couple years. Yeah, we did a stream a couple years ago where it was you and it was Tammy G, who she became a co-host temporarily on the Deadman Stone podcast, and it was like a whole thing. And man, we both of us kind of like grilled her about her her ghost hunting stuff. I was surprised she was even willing to be a co-host temporarily for. After that, I was like, So you're really not into the supernatural, but you're fascinated by it.
Yeah, I would say I'm into it. I just don't believe it exists.
No.
Would I like it to exist? Yeah, I'd want to go meet a ghost or something.
Mm.
I would love it that stuff existed. I just myself, I don't believe it. But,
don't believe in it.
But am I fascinated by it? Do I love it? Yes.
Now, have you ever dabbled into like Wicca?
I have when I was in high school.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have. When I was in high school, Wicca, and I even got what's that dude? The Satanic Bible. I read that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Thought it was tough shit. I thought it was cool stuff. But then I was like, this guy just sounds like an edgelord, dude. This guy just sounds like he's just complaining a lot. I know. How do you feel about it?
About the Satanic Bible?
Yeah, the Satanic Bible.
I read it once. It was interesting. I don't remember much from it because it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was interesting.
Yeah, pretty much. I think no, not that book. It was another book. I'm not going to finish that statement. I was like, I used it for rolling paper for weed. And I think you know what book that was. Because, anyway, I'm going to stop. Because despite the trappings behind me of the Satan is your friend, I do kind of sort of believe in God. And, man, the stuff I did when I was in high school was not very cool, I would think. I would have to disavow what I did back then.
You're not an edgelord anymore.
Well, I mean, I can't really say I'm not when I have these posters by me, can I? I guess edgelord with some morality. How about that? But you do seem to have a passion towards like gothic imagery.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm a goth.
If you could,
I am wearing a trench coat right now, so.
Yeah, and I'm wearing a hoodie. I look like I'm about to deal meth or some shit. If you could live like the Addams family life, would you not?
Yes.
Dude, I totally live. Dude, big golfing from my roof, knocking my neighbor's windows in while smoking cigars and banging some hot vampire chick thing, whatever. Morticia.
Yeah. You have to ask your music. Is that Castlevania Symphony of the Night soundtrack?
Of course it is. We're going with more of a classical tone, and since I don't want to be hit with any sort of copyright strikes, video game music that allows classical tone.
It's Fortressvania.
Yes, I like it.
Orchestra of the Evening.
That's right.
But yeah, I would totally live like the Addams Family.
Who wouldn't, man? Dude, even if my kids, if my little daughter grew up to be like Wednesday, dude, that would be great. It'd be scary because she'd be on the FBI watch list, but but it'd be great.
Yeah, when I was little, growing up in the '90s, I think Christina Ricci as Wednesday Addams was my first crush.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
crush.
I think for a lot of people it was. Yeah.
But yeah, my wife and I are trying to gothify our house.
Ooh, that's cool.
As much as we can. We live in Southern California, so we have this cookie cutter.
Southern California.
Gross.
Well,
Yeah.
don't worry, I'm not gonna ask you about California. Not that stream. Not that stream. If it was rent and chill, I totally would. Okay.
We do want to move somewhere where it's not as, expensive to live.
Yeah.
And then where we can get a bigger house for cheaper and then, spookify it up.
There's
Keep
plenty
it
of
all
room.
out.
There's plenty of room in Texas. It's plenty big. Yeah, everyone has a gun though. I mean, that's the thing.
That's fine. We have guns.
That's good. Hey, they're more than welcome. Come on over. Come on over to Texas. Shit.
I mean, they're fun.
All right, so we talked a little about Hellbent. Oh, the other thing. So this book. Now, I think I missed it. Did this go through a traditional publisher, indie press, or did he self-publish it?
Yeah, it's a small press publisher called Omnium Gatherum.
Okay.
I think their logo should be on the back of the book. Yeah, they're really good. And hey, they published me, so they're awesome, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kate Jones is the editor-in-chief, and she's an awesome lady. She really helped me polish up this manuscript to put it out. So she's awesome. And we were supposed to be Omnium Gatherum was supposed to be like the guest premier publisher at StokerCon this year.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened to StokerCon? The same thing that happened to everything. It's
it got
canceled.
Canceled. And this year,
Well,
I think
it is virtual now.
It's gonna be virtual. Yeah, I heard about that. It's gonna be virtual, and okay. And some people like it that way because some people want to be there, and they live in New Zealand, so they're not gonna fly out. It's not worth their money. It is what it is. Okay,
Yeah,
but hey,
Omnium Gatherum, they're awesome.
Debut novel, and it went out with the indie press. You didn't have to self-publish, which, I mean, look, I'm a big advocate for you do you. Like, if you want to self-publish, go ahead and do so, but understand that it's gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be. Right. It's not done. Okay.
And traditional press is still a lot of work too. Mm. Although, yeah, with self-publishing, you do have to do everything yourself.
Okay.
Or at least spend the money to hire someone to do a certain thing.
And this opens up some other questions here because, okay, being someone who's debut novels with the indie press, are you done? Is the indie press doing all the all the marketing for you, all the advertising for you, or do you have to do some of the work too?
No, we both do it. Yeah. Being a smaller press, the authors do have to do some of the work more so than probably, if you were one of the big five. Mm-hmm. Or is it big four now? I don't know. Didn't one of them buy one of the other ones big four?
I thought Penguin went out of business. I'm not sure. I have to look into it. We'll see what happens. Really, honestly, At the end of this year, there's probably just gonna be big two. We'll see.
Yeah, but any writers out there that want to get into the business, no matter what you do, it's all a lot of work, and it's more than just the writing part.
Right. Now, do you feel like it's 50-50? Like you do half of it and the publisher does half of it? Or do you feel like it's like you're doing more?
No, they've been doing a lot, and they send off the book to reviewers and stuff, and get me on panels here and there. So, and then I try to get on. I do my own promotions here and there. I just got a BookBub promotion that really helped sales.
And that's good. Mm-hmm. Get it when you can,
Yeah.
And these guys, they'll work with you as far as promotion goes and setting the price, maybe doing like a special and that sort of thing, or is it all?
For you're talking about my publisher?
Yeah.
Yeah. They set the price. And they created the cover artwork and put it all together and formatted it.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's very important to have. I mean, if you're going to be with an indie press, I mean, they got to be doing some of the work. Definitely, putting into ads, constantly putting content out there on, really, it's social media, and that's where most of the marketing is done, social media. And, of course, you got to do it, too. You can't just sit back and be like, well, I expect them to do all of it, because it's kind of like, dude, it's kind of like, at that point, it's kind of like a marriage. You kind of have to do half it.
Yeah, a lot of definitely have to be on social media.
Yep.
So, which is a thing.
Which is a thing. Okay.
Yeah. It's not always fun.
It's not always fun. Yeah. Especially, does it seem like it's getting less fun on social media?
Yeah. Things are happening.
And when we say less fun, we mean like Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook is another thing.
Don't worry, man. I'm not going to ask you any crazy questions. Not ranting shit.
No.
Not that stream. Don't worry. Don't worry.
But I mean, the good thing is I love interacting with people, and especially readers. I love answering questions about my writing and my world and lore that I've created. So I really love that. And plus, I've met, lots of good people on there, people I've become friends with through social media.
And I will say that I noticed that you've been really good at keeping your head down and really staying focused on what matters, which is your work. It's your books. It's not about your ideology or your views. I'm not even asked that. I don't even care. I don't even want to know, right? Not that stream. Because for you, it's your book, it's your content. Like, that's what's important, and you're able to network with people that recognize it, that respect that, that understand that.
Yeah, I definitely talk about my book. I also just, want to be me on there. Mm-hmm. I don't want my social media to be just business. Like, hey, buy my book. Every tweet I send out.
Right.
I want to be just me and talk about other things I love, like video games and. Yeah. And music and spooky stuff, and whatever, and bats.
Yeah, you do a good job keeping it personal, professional, but fun. No, I haven't really noticed any politics or anything that would be, well, anything that people would want to, go crazy, cancel about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will here and there, because obviously, I support some things, and I want to support the people that are around me. So I'll definitely, retweet things and support things, and everyone the people I've gotten to know through Twitter and stuff, I definitely support them. Mm-hmm. Good people. But yeah, I love interacting and, having little chats on there, whether they're serious or usually funny.
Right.
Goofiness, spookiness.
I mean, for what it is, you got to keep it. I mean, you got to stay on Twitter. I mean, I know social media can be kind of less fun now, but for business purposes, you got to keep it. You got to be able to connect with people. That's the only real way you're going to reach people. Like, Facebook, Twitter. You can use other platforms like Minds, but it's like, who's on Minds? I'm on Minds, but okay. It's like, okay.
Okay, you mentioned that earlier. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, see, you don't even know what Minds is, and that's okay. That's okay. I think only 10... does anyone in chat know what Minds is? I don't think they do.
The M-I-N-E-S? Minds?
M-I-N-D-S, yes. Minds.
Oh, Minds, okay.
Yeah.
So just another Facebook type thing you're saying?
Just another social media platform. It's not Parler, but I would recommend people to be on every platform they can be to network, to spread stuff out. Timothy Olsen says he's on Minds. Okay, there you go. He's on Minds. I do see some content creators there, comic book guys, authors.
Yeah, last year I got on what was that? The horror social media one, Slasher or something.
There's a horror social media?
Let me look. I think it's Slasher. Slasher app. Yeah, it is Slasher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got on that. Is it Slasher? Well, it's something like that. Yeah, it is Slasher. I got in there last year, and like it was okay. It was just a clunkier Facebook type thing. And then like last month, I think it was, or earlier this month, like everyone on Twitter is like, "Oh, I'm on Slasher now," and everyone's getting on that. I was like, "Oh, should I go back on there and be more active on there?" Then like 2 days later, everyone's like, "Oh, it sucks. I'm getting off it."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, whatever. Guess I'll just stick to Twitter.
Now going back to Helminth just a little bit, what is there plans to continue on with the series? Like, are you going to write like a follow up to this book? Are you working on something else?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a sequel to it. Ray and the other characters may pop up in something else. It's possible.
Oh, nice.
All my stories so far are set in this world I've created, so they all share the same universe. Even my high fantasy stuff shares the same universe, so there may be some overlap. The current novel I'm editing takes place in a town nearby, near Black Ashes.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm not sure if there's going to be a sequel to Helminth, but there'll definitely be other, there'll always be references and stuff. And okay. I would like the characters to pop up again sometime.
And that's a good idea. And looking at your website, because you also write fantasy, you put a lot of time into the lore of your fantasy novels, or I guess your fantasy creations. You got the whole thing here about cultures, geography, races, magic, religions. Got all sorts of breakdowns. Whoa. Yeah. And some of the artwork, it looks like it's from Helminth. So is this is Helminth also connected to your fantasy novels too? Or your fantasy stories?
Yeah. The fantasy and my horror stuff are in the same universe.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, on my website, under the lore section, there's the fantasy section, the modern day horror stuff. Mm-hmm. All that artwork I've had commissioned, so it's all stuff that was made for me. Yeah,
really good art. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, compliments to all the artists. The more stuff I publish, the more that will get expanded and updated. More lore entries will be unlocked.
Oh, certainly. And this is what I'm looking at, guys. It's on the screen here. You can kind of see it. Bestiary, cultures, geography, races.
As I said earlier, I love lore, so like Dark Souls stuff and Bloodborne and all that stuff. I read all the backstory and I love that stuff.
Hey, it's good to have too. I mean, that way you're forming like you have a master plan of what you want to do with everything. Everything's kind of connected and makes sense. There's order to it, and yeah.
I try. And if you should see all the files on my computer. I'm writing several different religious texts that exist in my world, and hierarchies of governments and religions, and I'm trying to make up languages, and I'm drawing maps.
Make up languages? Huh. That's cool.
Sort of. I'm not going as far as Tolkien or something, but basic vocabularies and stuff.
Dude, don't sell yourself short. Go all the way. If any job's worth doing, don't do it half-ass, right? You gotta do it full-ass. Okay. I'm gonna read some. There's a caption contest supposed to do on Facebook. I'll put this post here. I'm gonna put the image on the screen.
Okay.
How do I do that? Let me ask you. What is? I asked this to all my guests. I know I asked this several times. What is your favorite horror movie and why? I guess what is your most recent favorite horror movie and why, if it has changed?
My favorite horror movie all time is Evil Dead 2. Ask anyone who knows me, it'll always be that. Recent horror movie. I mean, that's gonna be my top always. See, what have I seen recently? I think my wife and I just watched The Lodge a couple weeks ago. That was pretty good. And The Lodge, yeah. Okay. And there was Color Out of Space with Nick Cage. That's pretty good too.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good Nick Cage performance.
Yeah. I mean, he's always Nick Cage, but
well, nah. Though was it Wiley's Wonderland? That was weird for Nick Cage because he didn't even say anything.
I have to see that yet, but I think I'm waiting to see it with one of my friends. It's
hit or miss for some people. I liked it, but it's because I knew what I was getting into. You're just getting into watching Nick Cage beat up animatronics. That's what it is. The movie doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It makes sense if you realize Nick Cage's character is a video game avatar. Like, he's just a video game. He's the player. That's what he is.
Okay.
And then it starts making sense why he does things. That's the only other than that, it's just kind of like, okay, why is he doing all this stuff? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. No person would do this. Anyway, okay, so on the screen I have, this was the image that was on the Hard Talk Radio Facebook page. There's a caption contest. I shared it out to this horror group called Horror Nation, a fun group, and also shared it to the Deadman Stone fan club group. So I said the best comment or the funniest comment wins a prize. That prize, I suppose a paperback of this book here, The Journal of Cinnamon Page on Death by Chocolate from the Skype call too.
You froze.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, back now. Like I said, the prize I'll be handing out will be this paperback here, shipping paid for too. The Journal of Cinnamon Page on Death by Chocolate. Highly recommend it. If you like the like Sabrina the Teenage Witch or Sabrina the Teenage Witch, that sort of character, dealing with zombies, dealing with like some witchy stuff, pretty fun, pretty cool character, good book. Anyway, so let me read these comments here. First, oh man, that's a lot. There's like 22. Okay.
So are we judging for the best one?
We're judging for the funniest, yeah. Just okay. You and I in the chat. Let's see. First one, Alexander Cannon says he's stuffed with more than just fluff now. Okay. John Menahan says, oh, bother. Okay. Rob Smile says, where's my fucking honey? Okay. Spirit of Flame says, look, Piglet, let's sit here feeling sorry for Pooh as he's eating our face off. Okay, Deborah says, I'm back. All right. Mike Fox Sr. says, the fuck, Chris? Just like that. The fuck, Chris? Okay. Troy says, you'll float too under this soul, under the sour soil. Okay. You'll float too under the sour soil. Okay. Well, I butchered that response anyway. We're reading it, but that was kind of a dud. Sorry, Troy. It is what it is. Tabitha Holmes says, somebody call a plumber who's coming out of the ground again. I don't know what a plumber is going to do. Okay.
That might be my favorite so far.
Yeah. Because poo. Okay, got it. Duh. All right. M. Calhoun says, you told me I wouldn't die without honey. Amanda Arab, I'm guessing that's her last name, says, think. Oh, wait. There's only stuffing brains. Okay. Okay. Brad says boob. All right.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that is. Okay. Teresa says, why, Pooh? Why? Katrina says, it puts the honey on its skin. But it's honey on the skin again. Otherwise, it gets the poo again. Okay. Ryan Costa says, that's the last time Piglet buried this poo. Okay. Catherine.
Your reading of these is great.
Yeah, right. Catherine says, come play with me, Christopher Robin. James says, you call this playing in the mud fun? Your soul is mine now. All right. Okay. I'm trying to read it as they type it, like the way they typed it. Marcus says, and that's the last time you call me silly old bear, motherfucker. No, it's vulgar. I kind of like that one, but okay. Todd says, this is not what I meant by find me a new home, you twerp. I need more than a slimy mud hole for a toilet in order to have a good sleep. Okay. All right. Leon says, you sick fuck, stop spiking the honey, then bury me when I'm fall out. What? You sick fuck. Okay. You sick fuck, stop spiking the honey, then bury me when I fall out. Okay, I'm trying to read it where it makes sense. I get what he's trying to say, but grammatically it's like, what are you saying there? Okay. Natasha, Piglet. Every time I look at you, I think about honey glazed ham. That's good. That's good. I like that. Yeah. Why hasn't that bear eaten Piglet? Why hasn't Pooh eaten Piglet? He totally would. Fuck honey. There's ham.
I was gonna say because they're just like stuffed animals or something, but then again, he eats honey, so I don't know.
Dory says, why for you bury me in the cold ground? Okay. And then I think we have a couple more comments. Let's see. That's in the Hard Nation. Let's check on the Deadman's Tone fan club. Tony says, Pooh, my ass. That's Mr. Sanders to you. Okay. Chad Cloud Miller says the remake was pure poo, not this. All right. Jeff, damn it. I was supposed to be dead before you bury me. All right. Richard, hold my ass. It's much easier to take a dump in the woods. Okay. And Richard Raven says, okay, which one of you assholes did this to me? And there we go.
All right.
So out of all that was a lot of them. Did you remember which one you liked the best?
My favorites are the honey glazed ham one and the plumber one.
I'm gonna go with the honey glazed ham one.
Yeah,
because that really opens some questions as to why that never happened in the first place. I know there's stuffed animals, but I mean he's eating honey, so what the hell? I think he can eat some Piglet. I like this. Okay, that was good. That was good. That was good. All right. Now before we wrap up, well, I don't. Go ahead.
The let's say the person who did the plumber one, since I like that one a lot, I'll send them a signed copy of Hellman.
Oh, really? Wow, that was unexpected.
I just need an address to send it to. That's all I need.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send you her. I'll send you their information or their name, and you can get in contact with them, and we can do that. So look at that. Two giveaways. Just like that.
Nice.
Easy peasy. Okay, so that was a lot of fun. Well, Alessandro Martinez. I like your name. Your name is cool. Alessandro Martinez.
It's no dead man.
Nah, Deadman's too on the nose. It's like, of course, this guy's gonna be weird. This guy's gonna be into horror, into weird shit. You know, Alessandro Martinez. It sounds sophisticated. It sounds good.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I like it. That's great having you come on the show again, especially talking about Helminth.
Thanks for having me.
Helminth.
I'll have to make some helmets.
Yeah, right. It's good. It's good talking to you, man. It's good. It's been a while, especially about social media. You know, it's good to know that you're keeping it going, especially how things are going.
I always appreciate you having me on, and I always have to give you a shout out since you were the first person who published me.
You and other people too, but you know, and thanks for that. Thanks for that. And maybe I know this year I've kind of paused on publishing stuff just to kind of recoup some of the costs, but it's only temporary. I plan on getting back in the game very, very soon.
Nice.
Oh, Chad is getting disrespect tonight. No, Mom's Ravioli. That's not true. That's not true. Let me take care of this. Because Mom's Ravioli had some good ones too. And if they're good, we'll see. Okay, he said this. Why is... okay. Why is the president of China stuck in the ground? Okay. That one, I will give you something. But you live in like so far away. You hit me up, and you know what I'll do. I'll probably have to read some furry erotica, some stupid shit. I'm still in debt to this guy. I have to read some vor erotica. Do you know what vor is?
Unfortunately, yes.
You do? Are you into it?
No.
Good. You dodged that question. Wait. Were you commissioned to write vor?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I am not.
I mean, everybody has a price. I mean, maybe you did. You won't tell me. That's fine. I mean, Mom's the word on that one. Okay. Mom's Ravioli also said, I mean, he has like 3 of... You just had to use the oh my God, I can't even read. You just had to use the Necronomicon, didn't you? You just had to use the Necronomicon, didn't you? And lastly, I came back from the dead with one mission. Hashtag riding with Biden. Oh, okay. All right. The best one was the China stuck in the ground one. Come on now. That was that was the best one. Okay. I will take care of that one, Mom's Ravioli. Okay. Man, Alessandro Martinez, it's good having you on. Especially, I mean, we've been around for a while, and like the reason why I was talking about the professional stuff, you stay professional for the most part, and you probably see me kind of going more riskier and riskier with the stuff I talk about. It's like, oh man. Hey. I'm glad you came on, man.
You're you. Anyone who knows you should know what to expect from MrDeadman.
Right. But it's all with love, man. It's all with love.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, thank you for for watching, and you guys take it easy. Have a good one.
Thanks for having me.
All right. One moment.